What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here today to talk sports. I know. Been a little bit. Spider-Man stuff's been going on. Everybody relax. Football today. We are on the fast track to the season starting. First off, comments down below. AFC, NFC champion. Who's bringing it home? Let me know. We're going to dig in, look at some QBs. I was very curious on how prices evolved over the offseason, who was the big winners, who was the big losers. And then there are 4 players, quarterbacks, that are the highest on my risk-o-meter. They're the 4 that I have the most concern about in regards to their prices and what they could do once the season actually starts and things start happening. So we'll touch on that in the back half of the video. Quick recap on just kind of like how the offseason market's been going. Spoiler alerts, not fantastic. Prices generally did not raise up over the offseason. Now, football's been hot. Football's been liquid. It was very popular at the National. It was pretty popular at the Shipshawana show this past weekend. But we're not seeing prices increase, at least not drastically, not like in the years past. On the flip side, though, to be fair, a lot of the market has trended downward. If I looked at basketball, a lot of it is down over the last 6-9 months since like March, basically. And part of that seasonality, it is kind of what it is. So, maybe football staying relatively flat-ish actually is kind of a win. I don't know. We're still kind of in this weird in-betweenness of kind of flushing out the bad and kind of resetting things. I think we get closer and closer every day to getting away from those bad numbers, but I still think we need a little bit more time. We're not there yet. So with that preamble, let's go ahead and dive into market movers. Link in the description down below as always. And dig into this. So did something a little different this time because I wanted to capture kind of a more macro level look. I'm using price movements by player, and I've selected pretty much all the key quarterbacks and some non-key quarterbacks. I did graded cards only. I did set a $50 minimum just to kind of filter out some of the noise. I do have rookie card only selected, and I also filtered by number of sales to 3. That way you don't catch just some super random one-off kind of swinging the whole thing. So those are the parameters that we're looking at. We're going to start with going back 180 days, which essentially puts us in early March. So kind of right at the kickoff of the NFL offseason-ish time. So when we scroll down here, and what I have this sorted by is price change percentage. And once again, remember, it's going to group all these guys together, all their cards together, all their graded cards. So we're getting PSA, SGC, BGS, the whole 9 yards. This is going to show us the most zoomed out picture of how a player's market performed. So I kind of like looking at it this way for this type of perspective versus looking at like one single individual card. So Jalen Hurts is the biggest offseason winner at a 25% increase. And once again, this is over the last 180 days. Derek Carr is the second, up 21%. Josh Allen up 13. Tua up 5. Jameson up 1. And then we are in the red. Very short list over the last 180 days that are in the green. If you're curious who our biggest losers are, scroll down to the bottom here. Deshaun Watson down 44%. No surprise there. Mac Jones down 31%. I'm not very surprised at the fact that him, Wilson, and Fields are all on this list as their product just came out. So it's only natural. You got to almost kind of like wash that out and almost not count it because it's taking those very high first sale numbers from when their product hit to how it's kind of retraced and kind of found its positioning. So I'm not really putting too much stock into those guys. Aaron Rodgers down 30%. Lost Devontae Adams. I'm guessing that's what drove most of that. Patrick Mahomes down 29%. One of the biggest losers. Also, his stuff was super overinflated. His kind of price corrected down. A lot of shilling nonsense going on there. Russell Wilson down 26%. I was a little surprised by this one, given the move to the Broncos. Burrow down 18%. Stafford down 18%, coming off a Super Bowl. Brady down 15%, the untouchable. Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, once again, not going to hold that against him. Dak down 13%. Kyler down 11%. Herbert down 11%. Davis Mills down 6%. Baker Mayfield down 4%. Lamar Jackson only down 2%. Let's look at the last 90 and see how it changes up. We have a little bit more green. So 90 would put us basically back to the beginning of summer. Baker up 10%. So that's not super surprising. What's happened since then? He's moved on to Carolina and got a starting role. So that, you remember the time frames here. Over the last 90 days, Josh Allen up 10%. Kirk Cousins up. Oops, sorry about that. Kirk Cousins up 9%. Derek Carr up 8%. Once again, the addition to Devontae Adams. Jalen Hurts still going up. Winston, Lamar Jackson, everybody else in red. Let's go back 60 days. Derek Carr once again tops the list. 24% increase. Everybody else very small. You are seeing a little bit more green, a little less red, and less swings in prices as we move closer and closer to the season. Last 30 days. This is going to take a second to process. Once again, more and more green, less and about an even split red to green, but the numbers are getting closer together. And 6% increase, Jameis Winston at the top, Daniel Jones, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. And we'll look at the last 14 days really quickly. A little bit of a jump for Matt Stafford, Watson picking up, Wilson picking up, a little bit more red than green. So generally speaking, we'll go back to this 90-day view here and just kind of chat for a second. Not crazy increases on a bulk of the quarterbacks over the offseason, like I kind of talked about. Is it more just because of, the fact that the market's been trending down most of the summer and the early part of the year, and the fact that it stayed kind of flat? Is that a win? I guess maybe, that it's kind of like, bucking against the general overall market trends. But, kind of rough times there. Now, the season starts. The season starts Thursday. It is time. The football is going to get swung around in the air, and card prices are going to start to go batty one way or the other. There'll be overreactions on both sides of the thing. I saw Mitch Trubisky was named the starter this week for the Steelers. If they happen to win, look out. It'll be stupid, but his stuff will shoot up most likely. Some of these guys are going to have rough starts to the season. Not everybody can win, and their prices are going to tank. It's kind of is what it is. This is, and the injury risk obviously as well. This is part of the reason. To me, football is my least favorite sport to carry in the season. I've talked about this a ton. I think the best thing to do is target football buys in season. Someone has a rough stretch like Herbert did last year. I think Burrow did for a hot minute. Burrow's cheapest prices were during the season last year, I believe, at one point in time. I think it's better to try to target guys like that than carry people into season. Carrying them into season, lower end guys, sure. If you want to take a flyer on Baker Mayfield or Mitch Trubisky or someone like that you're into for next to nothing and hope that they pop, that's a completely different thing. I'm kind of not talking about that. It's more the guys that have a lot of baked in expectations. With that, let's kind of transition over. Like I said, I have 4 guys that I think are super, I don't want to say overrated. I'm just very concerned with their pricing. So we'll pop over, look at that list. Quick word from our pals over at MySlabs.com. They are sponsoring today's video. So we're going to hear a quick word from them. Your home for all your football card and everything buying and selling needs. With 1% seller fees plus a little PayPal goods and services on graded cards, and a very strict policy on non-payers, which is my favorite thing about the website. The fact that they do not hesitate to boot people off for not paying. Take notes, eBay. Be nice to see it. So quick word from them, then we'll go ahead and pop back into Market Movers and check out my 4 guys that I have the most concerned about heading into this season.
The platform designed by collectors for collectors just got even better. MySlabs.com is proud to now feature dedicated sections for both raw cards and raw comic books. Browse over 100,000 slab collectibles authenticated by the industry's most trusted grading companies. Then check out a massive selection of sealed wax and now raw singles and raw lots. Join a passionate, no-nonsense community of nearly 50,000 members and enjoy some of the best buyer and seller protection in the business. And as always, MySlabs offers one of the most disruptive pricing models in the hobby, with seller fees as low as only 1%. So the next time you're forced to pay 10%, 20%, or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com, the low-fee marketplace, by collectors, for collectors.
Once again, shout out to MySlabs for sponsoring today's video. Let's go ahead and flip this over. 4 guys I'm most concerned about, and they're all young guys. And I'm going to run down them. Okay, go get the... I'll give you guys a quick second. I'll name them off, and then we'll roll through it. Trey Lance, Tua, Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts. All right, hold on a second. Before I start talking about them, I'll give you guys and girls a few minutes. Not a few minutes, but I'll give you a few seconds. Go get the torches and pitchforks ready, and then go ahead and raid the comment section. But I'll kind of run down each one of these and kind of talk through where my concern level is. Let's start at the bottom, work our way up. Jalen Hurts. His price currently at $550 for his silver PSA 10 prism. I like Jalen Hurts. I think he's a great fantasy quarterback. He is the quarterback of my Dynasty League team. I have him, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith all on the same team. So I am big on Jalen Hurts. I don't know if he's actually a real good NFL quarterback. I think he's a really good fantasy quarterback. I don't know that he can win. My other concern there is that he's had a lot of pump in the offseason. He's been very, very trendy. So if things go sideways at all, those guys tend to fall the furthest. I will also say he is the one I am least concerned about on this list. So let me kind of sneak that in there before Philadelphia comes and raids me. Listen, I like cheesesteaks. Calm down. So Hurts, he's on the list just because he got a big offseason pump, and I am concerned. He has all the weapons. I want him to succeed. My fantasy teams need him to succeed, but I'm a little bit worried because he was the hyped offseason guy, and those guys always concern me. Remember Baker Mayfield from last year? I sure do. Tua, very similar thing. I think Tua is going to have a perfectly fine NFL season. His current silver prism price is $585 PSA 10. The problem with that is I don't think that's enough. I don't think him just being fine and the Dolphins being 9 and whatever, 10 and whatever is enough for him to support his prices. A lot of people are throwing extremely lofty expectations on him post the Tyreek Hill trade. Got Jalen Waddle. I got a lot of Jalen Waddle in fantasy. I even got Tua as some quarterback in fantasy too, in a few places, backup quarterback or like in some best ball leagues. So I have a little bit of vested interest there. I don't own any. For full disclosure, I own none of these guys' cards. None. But just kind of the same reasons as Jalen. There's just a lot baked into him right now. With the Tyreek Hill move, the Waddle stuff, people are really putting high expectations on him. And once again, I could see him playing fine and the Dolphins being a perfectly good NFL team. I'm just not sure that's enough. Next up, Mac Jones, Silver Prism PSA 10, going for about $500. Sorry, Patriots fans. I don't see it. I don't like Mac Jones. I don't think he's very good. I don't think the Patriots are going to be very good. I think if Mac Jones played on any other team in the league, his card prices would be worth half of what they are because he's a Patriot. I have major concerns about this team, and I have major concerns about his card prices. Listen, you do you. Go do your own homework. Go do your own research. It's up to you on what you want to do. There is zero chance I would be carrying a Mac Jones card in the season. None. I have the most, actually I have more concern about the next guy we're going to talk about, but tons of concern on Mac Jones. Last but not least, Trey Lance. I kind of have more concern with him because his card prices are so much higher. And I don't know what's going on with this. I probably need to dig a step deeper on this one and look to see if there's some weird pop report nonsense going on. Maybe his one's extra harder to grade. But the PSA 10 Mac Jones is pop 98. The PSA 10 Trey Lance silver is only pop 25. That being said, it's selling for $1,500. And we have 3 sales of that card at that price. That to me is wild. Wild. One, I am not a big Trey Lance guy. I also don't think he is very good. Now listen, I'm just a joker in a basement. I am not Mel Kiper. I'm not Rich Eisen. What the hell do I know? But to me, $1,500 for a Trey Lance Silver Prism seems wild. He was super popular at the National. They just re-signed Jimmy Garoppolo. They went out of their way to restructure that deal. And I don't like Jimmy G either. I don't think he's very good. But Trey Lance at $1,500, no shot. No chance. Just Trey Lance in general. I have a bunch of red flags there. I just don't think that he's very good. He got a ton of offseason pump. Maybe he could prove me wrong. At least guys like Burrow and Herbert, if they struggle, they have a little bit of a higher floor. These guys, these four, are in the grand scheme of things still relatively unproven. At least Burrow, he made it to a Super Bowl. Herbert, super popular. All signs point up. He puts up monster numbers. It's the Chargers, so they just keep doing dumb nonsense to get in his way. You know, Mahomes, his prices are extremely high. Lots already baked in, but at least he already has the ring. Josh Allen's another one. There is some concern with Josh Allen, but at least he, once again, has kind of a track record of performance in the league where really none of these guys do. Yeah, Mac Jones won a bunch of games last year and had a high completion percentage. Tua, Jalen Hurts showed some flashes. Once again, seems to be a better fantasy quarterback than a real life quarterback. And Trey Lance, I just don't think is flat out good, period. Full stop. So, curious for your thoughts and comments down below on this one. I am sure the comment section will be lively. Let me know who you got winning it all. And then, is there anyone, do you agree or disagree with me on these four? Or is there someone you would put above these four or with this grouping, and who would you take off the list? That's all we have for you guys and girls today. Catch you on the next one. Peace.